Lena Harper is 31 and works as an interior designer. She lives in a quiet town near a calm and beautiful lake. Lena has been married for 6 years to Adrian Wells. He is 33 and works as a project developer in a growing tech company. Their life is simple, stable, and full of warm moments. Every morning, they drink coffee together before work. In the evening, they cook dinner and watch a short movie. These small habits make their home feel safe and gentle. Lena is calm and thoughtful, with a soft way of speaking. Adrian is cheerful and a little impulsive, but he always tries to care for her. The beginning of their story feels peaceful and steady. Their home seems full of trust and quiet joy. This calm atmosphere helps us feel close to Lena before the coming storm. Lena enjoyed her quiet life with Adrian, and each day felt warm. They walked around the lake on weekends and talked about simple things. The soft wind touched the water, and the calm view relaxed them. Lena held Adrian's hand, and she felt safe by his side. In the evenings, they cooked dinner together and shared small stories. Adrian liked to speak about his work, and Lena liked to listen. She laughed when he made jokes, and he smiled when she teased him. After dinner, they watched a short movie and sat close on the sofa. When Lena felt stress from her design projects, Adrian hugged her gently. He told her she was strong, and she thanked him for his support. Their home was not big, but it was full of warm light. Lena believed their love was steady, simple, and ready for the future. Adrian often shared news about his company and the new projects there. He talked about changes in the team and the people he worked with. One day, a new name started to appear in his stories: Clara Jones. He said Clara was a new marketing worker with bright energy and humor. He called her a fun colleague and said she helped the team a lot. Lena listened with trust because she believed in Adrian completely. She felt no fear, and she thought Clara was just another co-worker. She never imagined any problem, and she never doubted Adrian's heart. Their days were still soft, like calm water with no wind above it. But life often changes when the air feels too still for too long. And Lena did not know that quiet moments can hide coming storms. Adrian starts to act different, and Lena feels it slowly. He goes to the gym often now, and he works very hard there. He never liked the gym before, and this change feels strange. He buys new perfume now, and he spends time on his hair. He picks clean shirts each day, and he checks his look in the mirror. Lena thinks it helps him feel good, and she smiles at first. He begins to come home late, and he gives simple reasons. He says he meets partners for work, and he says he stays late for tasks. Lena listens to his words, and she tries to trust him. But she feels a quiet space growing, and it hurts her inside. She hopes it will pass soon, and she waits for a warm day again. She tries not to think much, and she holds her hope tight. One night Adrian takes a shower, and his phone lights up fast. Lena sees the screen glow, and she reads one short line. It says, "Clara, I am here now," and it cuts her breath. She sits still on the bed, and she tells herself to stay calm. A co-worker talks to her later, and his words shake her. He says Adrian works with Clara a lot, and he laughs while speaking. He says they look close now, and they enjoy time together. Lena smiles at him softly, and she hides her fear. Her heart grows heavy each day, and she keeps many thoughts inside. She wants to believe Adrian, and she wants her trust strong. But her mind feels unsure now, and her chest feels tight. She looks at Adrian's social page, and she sees new photos there. He looks bold and bright now, and he smiles with great energy. She notices Clara behind him, and she feels a cold shock. She tries to breathe slowly, and she touches the screen gently. Her friend texts her later, and she sends a picture too. In the photo Adrian stands with Clara, and they laugh very close. They look happy together, and they look free in the moment. Lena feels her world shift, and her eyes fill with tears. This is when Lena knows clearly, and she cannot ignore it. Something precious is breaking now, and she feels the pain rise. Her life begins to crack slowly, and the truth stands before her. The rain fell hard outside, and the streets looked dark. Lena watched the window quietly, and her hands felt cold. Adrian walked around the room slowly, and he looked nervous. He fixed his hair carefully, and he checked his watch again. He sprayed his new perfume twice, and he chose a clean shirt. The scent filled the room quickly, and Lena felt her heart sink. She stood near the door, and she watched him dress. Her breath felt tight, and her voice was weak. Adrian picked up his keys slowly, and he walked toward the exit. He said he had a client meeting, and he tried to smile. Lena stepped forward gently, and she blocked the door. Her eyes looked tired, and her voice shook. She asked directly, and she tried to stay calm. "Who are you going with?" she said slowly, and Adrian froze. He looked down at the floor, and he avoided her eyes. His hands shook a little, and he tried to speak. Before he said anything, his phone buzzed loudly, and the screen lit up. A message appeared clearly, and Lena saw the name. "Clara is waiting," the message said, and Adrian turned pale. Lena took a deep breath, and she held her tears back. She felt the truth rise, and her chest hurt deeply. "Do you have feelings for her?" she asked softly, and her voice cracked. Adrian stayed silent for a long moment, and the room felt heavy. The rain outside grew louder, and time seemed slow. Finally he breathed out, and he leaned against the wall. He said he felt different, and he felt lost inside. He said he felt trapped, and he needed space to breathe. He said Clara made him feel free, and he looked ashamed. Lena felt a sharp pain, and she touched her chest. She tried to speak again, and her lips trembled. Her heart broke slowly, and she fought to stay steady. The talk turned into a painful truth, and nothing felt safe. Adrian confessed everything quietly, and he looked away. He said he hid the truth, and he let things go too far. He said he was sorry, and his voice was thin. Lena felt the world shift, and her hope cracked. She looked at the floor, and her tears finally fell. Adrian packed his bag slowly, and he avoided her face. He zipped the bag tightly, and the sound echoed hard. He walked to the door silently, and he paused for a second. Lena did not stop him, and she could not speak. He stepped outside alone, and he closed the door behind him. The sound hit the room sharply, and Lena felt her knees weaken. That single moment ended their 6-year marriage, and the silence grew heavy. Lena stayed in the quiet house, and the silence felt heavy. She ate simple meals alone, and each bite felt slow. She tried to sleep each night, but sleep came late, and dreams felt cold. She looked at the empty bed, and her heart hurt again. She asked herself many things, and each question felt sharp. She asked, "Am I not enough?" And the pain grew stronger. She asked, "Why did he leave?" And no answer came. She walked around the house, and each room felt strange. She touched the table they used, and memories rose fast. Tears came often to her eyes, and she let them fall. She cried in the morning, and she cried at night. She cried when she cooked, and she cried when she cleaned. The pain felt big inside, and she thought it would stay forever. But days passed slowly, and something small began to change. The sadness stayed deep, but it felt less heavy each day. She looked at the mirror again, and she saw a tired face. She looked closer at the mirror, and she saw quiet strength. She spoke to herself softly, and her voice felt warm. She said, "I did my best," and the words felt true. She said, "I was loyal," and her chest felt lighter. She said, "I can grow again," and hope moved inside her. Lena began to walk outside more, and the air felt fresh. She sat by the lake near town, and the water calmed her. She watched people pass by, and she felt less alone. She touched the grass near her hand, and life felt real. She learned to breathe slowly again, and her mind felt clear. She learned to enjoy simple things, and her heart felt open. She learned to trust herself more, and her steps felt firm. Lena looked at the sky one evening, and she felt peace. She whispered, "I deserve full love," and the words felt strong. She whispered, "I will be okay," and she believed it now. This moment marked her new start, and her heart began to heal. Lena returned to her old hobbies, and she felt calm again. She picked up her brushes, and she painted simple warm scenes. She read short books each evening, and she walked around the lake. The slow steps helped her breathe, and they helped her think. She joined a small art class, and she felt safe there. The room smelled of paint, and the soft light warmed her mood. There she met Eli Turner, and he greeted her with a gentle smile. He was a quiet photographer, and he loved simple daily moments. Eli did not try to fix her, and he did not ask much. He listened with patience, and he made space for her words. Lena felt no pressure with him, and she felt no fear. His calm voice soothed her heart, and his steady eyes gave comfort. Day by day, Lena learned to arrange her life, and she took small steps. She painted new colors on her walls, and she liked the change. She bought green plants for each room, and the house felt alive again. She worked with fresh focus, and she enjoyed each task. She set goals for herself, and she felt proud of them. She wanted to grow stronger, and she wanted to trust life again. Lena also learned to make new habits, and she stayed kind to herself. She cooked warm meals again, and she ate without sadness. She started waking earlier each day, and she enjoyed the quiet mornings. She made tea by the window, and she watched the sky lighten. These calm moments reminded her of peace, and they gave her new hope. She realized healing was not quick, and it needed gentle time. Eli sometimes joined her on walks, and they talked about small things. They laughed at simple jokes, and they shared tiny pieces of life. Their bond grew slowly and softly, and it never asked for more. Lena felt safe beside him, and she felt stronger each week. One evening she stood by the lake, and she looked at the water. The wind touched her face, and she felt light again. She whispered to herself with courage, and her voice did not shake. "I am growing," she said quietly, and the words felt true. Lena understood her strength now, and she held it with care. She realized power comes from rising, and not from holding someone tight. She saw a new future ahead, and she walked toward it with calm steps. Her heart felt open again, and her hope felt bright. Her soul was healing slowly, and her life was starting fresh. She knew she had changed inside, and she welcomed that change. Lena moved forward with new courage, and she trusted her path again. 1 year passed, and Lena walked by the calm lake again. She felt peace inside, and her steps were light today. She saw Adrian near the water, and he looked tired. He raised his eyes slowly, and he gave a weak smile. He said he was sorry, and his voice was soft. She listened quietly, and she felt no anger now. Lena smiled gently, and she spoke with calm strength. She said, "Thank you for leaving, and thank you for the lesson." She said she learned to love herself again, and her heart grew. She said she found new hope, and she felt whole again. Adrian looked down sadly, and he nodded slowly. He knew her words were true, and he understood her peace. Lena did not stay long, and she stepped away calmly. She walked along the lake path, and she let the past fade. She felt the wind on her face, and it felt warm. She felt the sun on her hands, and it felt kind. Lena knew pain could teach, and she accepted that truth. She knew loss could guide people, and it opened new doors. Life was still open for her, and she welcomed new days. Her heart was free again, and her mind was strong. The final message is simple, and it is gentle. Pain does not end life, and it does not break you. Loss can shape people, and it can help growth. Forgiveness frees your heart, and it makes your spirit light. What about you? Do you believe heartbreak brings growth? Share your thoughts below, and subscribe for more simple English stories.